We've got a serious situation unfolding right now that's causing a lot of buzz. Breaking: 7 US military jets spotted hovering over Nigeria's Sambisa forest after Trump's order. Sounds intense, doesn't it? You're probably wondering, what's really going on? Is this the beginning of something big? Should we be worried? Well, here's the full breakdown. Before we continue, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to drop your thoughts after watching the video. The Sambisa forest is a name that's well known in Nigeria, especially in the northeast. It's a dense forest in Borno State, and for years it's been a haven for Boko Haram and other insurgent groups. The Nigerian military has been doing everything it can to regain control of this area, but it's a tough battle. The forest provides perfect cover for insurgents to hide out, making it difficult for ground forces to completely wipe them out. But here's where it gets interesting. Recently, there's been a lot of chatter about US military involvement in this region. You've probably heard about former President Donald Trump's comments about Nigeria. He made it clear that the US could get involved in the situation if the killing of Christians and other violence continues unchecked. He mentioned sending troops or even carrying out airstrikes. That's where things get shaky. The claim that 7 US military jets have been spotted hovering over the Sambisa forest is definitely grabbing attention. But let's slow down for a second. There's a lot of speculation around this claim, and at this point, it's not fully confirmed whether the jets are actually there. But even the idea that they might be is raising alarms. Now, let's think about why this is happening. Why would the US send military jets to Nigeria? First off, it's important to understand that Nigeria has been struggling with security for years. The Boko Haram insurgency, along with the rise of other extremist groups like ISWAP, has made it harder for the Nigerian government to maintain control in certain regions. Sambisa Forest is one of those places that's been a persistent problem. If Trump is serious about deploying US military forces, it could be an effort to take down insurgents that have been terrorizing the region. But the question is, should foreign intervention happen like this? We can't ignore the fact that Nigeria is a sovereign nation, and any foreign military action here will raise questions. There's a lot of tension around the idea of a foreign power getting involved in local conflicts. Yes, the US might have the resources and intelligence to help, but at what cost? We've seen in the past how foreign involvement in African nations has sometimes led to unintended consequences. There's a delicate balance between offering help and respecting a country's autonomy. Let's take a step back and think about the implications of foreign forces in Nigeria. If US military jets are indeed hovering over Sambisa Forest, what's the purpose? Are they just gathering intelligence? Or is this the start of a larger operation? The possibility of airstrikes is a serious matter. While it might seem like a quick way to take down insurgents, airstrikes have the potential to cause a lot of collateral damage, especially in a place like Sambisa where civilians could be caught in the crossfire. That's something that can't be ignored. For the Nigerian people, this is a moment of uncertainty. On one hand, many might see foreign intervention as a necessary step to finally end the insurgency. The Nigerian military has been fighting this battle for years, and any assistance could make a difference. On the other hand, there's a growing concern about what this means for Nigeria's sovereignty. How much control will Nigeria have over its own security when foreign powers start getting involved? It's a tough question, and there's no easy answer. Let's also look at the potential risks of foreign intervention. First, there's the danger of escalation. If the US gets involved, how will the insurgents respond? They've already proven to be resilient and adaptable. Will they change tactics, move to new areas, or become more violent in response? There's also the risk that local communities could become more distrustful of the government if they feel like the US is calling the shots. That could lead to even more instability, not less. At the same time, there's a flip side to this situation. If foreign intervention does take place, it could provide a much-needed boost to Nigeria's efforts to combat insurgency. With advanced military equipment, better intelligence and training, the Nigerian forces could get the upper hand. The US military's expertise in aerial surveillance and special forces operations could make a big difference in areas that are difficult to access. But again, it all comes down to how this is managed. If the US forces operate alongside Nigerian troops and follow proper protocols, it could be a game changer. But if it's done without cooperation, or if civilian casualties increase, things could go downhill fast. This situation also highlights the role of international diplomacy. Nigeria's government will need to walk a fine line here. They need to protect the interests of their people while managing relationships with foreign powers. If the US is serious about intervening, Nigeria must make sure that the intervention is part of a larger strategy that includes political, economic, and social solutions. Security isn't just about military action, it's about rebuilding communities, offering education and job opportunities, and tackling the root causes of extremism. So, what's next? The truth is, we don't know exactly how this will play out. There are still many questions left unanswered. How many jets are really in the area? Are there US troops on the ground? Is this just a show of force or the beginning of a larger military operation? And how will the Nigerian government respond? Will they accept foreign help or will they push back against it? One thing is clear though, this situation is far from over. The coming days and weeks will be crucial in determining the direction of this conflict. For Nigerians, the hope is that the military operations will bring an end to the violence and restore peace to the Northeast. But it's important to remember that this is just one piece of the puzzle. The real challenge will be in ensuring long-term stability and rebuilding trust between the government and the people. As this story continues to unfold, keep an eye on the news for updates. And don't forget, this is a time for all of us to stay informed and engaged. Like this video if you found it insightful, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on these and other important stories happening around us. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think foreign intervention is necessary? What do you think the long-term impact will be if the US military gets involved in Nigeria? Let's talk about it. And as always, stay informed, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.